So a good chunk of my earliest years on the internet were spent looking up urban myths and urban legends. I mostly did this around myths of the music industry and the recording industry. One of my favorite urban legends in that regard is the urban legend surrounding the scream in the Ohio Players song Love Rollercoaster. So for context, I'm going to play the part in which you can hear the scream. You'll have to listen very closely though, because it's pretty quiet, like it's mixed like well into the back of the overall mix. And it's the scream that you hear that kind of sounds like a horse. So the urban legend surrounding this scream was that while they were recording this track, the model that appears on the album cover for the album that the song was released with ended up becoming horribly disfigured as a result of the photo shoot for the album cover, according to this myth. And then while they were recording this song, she stormed into the producer's room, the recording room where like the engineer and the producer are, and just started like going off on him and screaming. And allegedly, the producer just proceeded to just stab her to death, like right there in the studio. Like he was just like, enough of this fucking brand, and just went fucking Michael Myers on her. And so the myth is that the scream you hear was the microphones in the studio picking up the scream of the woman as she was being brutally murdered. And so that myth that's completely false. And there's just a couple surface level reasons where that makes it very easy to debunk. First of all, this would have been such a high profile crime, like such a high profile murder if it was real. Like it would be something that, whether or not you are even aware of the song or the band, you would very likely know, you likely would have heard about this story, because that's just such an insane thing to happen. There's no way it wouldn't have been a huge story for a while. And also that additionally, like, no missing persons case was like filed for this woman after she was murdered. Like there was no there was literally nobody around to be like, hey, something's up, and like, you know, just bring a couple questions into the equation. The actual truth of the matter is that the rumor was started by a radio DJ. I think it was in Los Angeles. For sure, it was a California DJ, for sure. I just don't remember if it was in the LA area. And then when the band was asked about the rumor, their response, because they were being cheeky little buggers, the response was no comment. And that's part of why this rumor proliferated, was because they were being devious little trolls, or being little pranksters, and just kind of just went along with the rumor, which I think actually did kind of help increase the sales of the single when it came out. Fact check me on that, I'm not 100% sure. So it seems like it was some marketing at the very least that was effective. Yeah, that's one of the sillier rumors that I remember reading about.